I became interested in youth and in transition programs in the mid-1980s. I was working as a counselor with the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, and I was seeing students being referred to me for assistance with job placement and training who had been out of school for a couple of years and just sitting around and not doing much. And what I found was they had lost a lot of the things that they had learned when they were in school during that period of time. So I became interested in transition as a way to deal with that so that we could start working with students while they were still in the educational system to start to prepare them for that transition from school to work. Right now, we're very involved out in the Mon Valley Division with some school districts in southwestern Pennsylvania. What we do is go into the schools. We actually have our staff in the classroom working primarily with the life skills teachers and working with the students on job readiness kinds of things, talking with them about jobs, presenting information to them about what's involved in working, trying to get some idea what they're interested in. We also do some work with resume preparation, job interviews, how to apply for a job, things like that. We also, as part of that program, do job shadowing, where we take groups of kids out to observe someone working in a job that they may be interested in when they leave school. And the final component of that is paid work experience. We're able to take students from the school during the day out to job sites, have them work for a period of 90 days in a job that they think they might like, just to get them some exposure, and they're paid for that work experience. So that's primarily what we're doing right now with transition. We're just finishing up a summer work program that we were asked to do by the state, where we did largely the same thing. We worked with students from a couple of school districts. We talked with them. We tried to take a look at what they might be interested in, what types of work they might be interested in, and we placed them in jobs that had some similarities, at least to that kind of work. And they've worked all summer out on those jobs, gaining some work experience. So we're just finishing up with that the end of next week, actually. From when we started doing transitional program, we had a pretty good program going, and I started getting phone calls from parents of non-disabled students saying, how can I get my son or daughter in this program? So it's been very well received in the community. It's been very well received in the school districts. The districts that we work with are very pleased with the work that we're doing. It's been pretty well received with employers. We placed some students in our summer work program with the Housing Authority in Washington County, and the director of the Housing Authority decided that he wanted to go a little above and beyond and provide some training with these kids and basic building maintenance, how to repair dripping faucets, how to replace electrical outlets, things like that. So, and he wants to continue the program throughout the school year, if we can work out something with the school districts in that area that have students go to school part of the day and work part of the day. So it's been popular in the community, with the schools, with parents and students. The students have really enjoyed it. Special education students throughout their whole high school career have someone planning things for them. They have IEPs, individual employment plans. They have a whole group of people that sit down once a year and plan a whole range of services for the coming year. So everything's taken care of. Parents in particular are not accustomed to the fact that when the student leaves the school system, there's nobody out there that's doing that for them. All of a sudden they're on their own, and a lot of times they don't know what's available. They don't know how to go about getting services for their son or daughter. So that's what transition helps with. It bridges that gap, and it has something in place for the students when they leave. I was pleasantly surprised. The first groups that we worked with in transition, I expected most of these kids would finish school and go to work. We actually had 80% of our first group go on to further education, which is rare for students in special ed classes. And I attribute that to the fact that we were going into the school and talking with the students about different careers and what they might be able to get into. And I'm not sure anybody had done that before with them. So I would like to see it expand to become one of our largest programs. It's a very needed program. And there are a lot of students with disabilities out there in the school systems that we need to get to and work with, so that they have the opportunity to take a look at what they might want to do when they finish school. And they have some goal in place, so there's not a gap. When they finish high school, they move right on into further education or into a job, and it's something that we've explored with them and determined that they have some interest in.